Hello, friends, and welcome to Wagmi Tarot. I'm really delighted to bring you readings for the week of April 6 to April 12. And I hope all of you are safe, all of you are healthy, and you will continue to be like that. That is my prayer for all of you. So here is your reading, and I have, these are the cards that I laid out for this week, and it's a very fresh energy. This energy spells change, and that is something very promising. I'm actually very happy to see these cards. These cards are like, a compass. This time, this reading is like a compass that guides you where the right direction is and has insight about where we are going next. Usually, we are all in the dark about where we are going next. And most of us are always figuring out what to do next, what is the next step, what is the next move, and all of that. And in the last weeks, I think we have talked about how we need to kind of ground ourselves and be thankful for what we have instead of thinking or instead of obsessing about what's the future like, what to do next, having this, having that. And I think if you have done that, if you have been grateful, if you have recognized the good things that are there in your life, then I think this week has rewards. And those are the things that I want to talk about for the week of April 6 to 12. Before I go any further, I'd like to request you to please subscribe to my channel if you like my readings. It encourages me to bring more readings to you. And also, please like my video, please share it. I also have my Facebook page given below. There is also my email ID so that you can reach out to me for personal readings as well. All right, let's get into the reading. So the overall energy for this week is starting fresh, as you can see. And it says at the bottom, a wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. Now, starting fresh is also about dropping the old. Not everything, of course. You start from a certain level, and so there is a certain minimum that you have, including lessons, including tools, equipment, and skills with which you move forward. But certainly, this week is certainly about starting fresh. And I spoke about the compass in the beginning, finding your direction, and maybe this week will bring to you that direction as to where you're going or where to go. And to clarify this, I brought out cards from my other deck, the Good Tarot deck, and I got the Nine of Earth and the Three of Fire. And the Nine of Earth denotes stability. It denotes being content with where you are. And basically, starting fresh is tied with contentment. If you are happy, content, stable, grounded, appreciative, grateful for everything that you have right now, those are your tools. Those are the things that you take to the next level. And that's what I spoke in the beginning as well. And so these cards, the Three of Fire, is about moving forward, is about your dreams, your desires, the new things that you want to do, the new things that you want to learn. And these two are linked. Stability and movement. You can also see it, how they're very different pictures. There's one person who is very fulfilled, is surrounded by very stable structures. And here is one person on the move, in the flow. And these two cards are linked. They are linked to starting fresh. And You start fresh by dropping some part of the past which is not useful and taking some part to the future which is a useful learning or a useful skill. Now, this could mean that maybe you are thinking of a new career this week, and there will be some skills, some experiences that you can take with you. At least you can think about it. And probably you are done with something that you're already doing. I think it also means that you may receive something this week that makes you feel content and makes you feel like, okay, you've done this. You have accomplished this. You are happy with this. Time to move on. So it could be, some people may be feeling that, okay, I have accomplished this. Maybe I have made enough money and I have a good career. Maybe it's time to find someone to spend your life with. And maybe they'll probably think about the next step, if not take it. But certainly they will feel like the time is right to move forward and do something new. You can see starting fresh is a circle. Okay, it's the circle of life. Something ends, something begins, but it never stops, right? There is the night, there's the day, there'll be the evening, and it's a cycle. There'll never always be the night. You'll never always be in this contented cycle, this place of where you have enough and you're like, okay, this is it, full stop, I am not moving forward. Neither will you always keep on moving like this. So, starting fresh kind of holds both these things together. The time is not the same all the time, yeah? And now, if you are like this, then it's time to move into a changed place. And if you're not there, then maybe this week you will receive something where you feel like this. It could even be a brainwave. It could just be a solution. It's not always a career or a promotion or money or property. It just could be a solution to something that you've been thinking. It may just be a decision, conviction, something that makes you feel, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to take on new challenges. You will ready yourself this week for new challenges. And I think that's a very bright kind of a message, because with whatever is going on in the world, everybody is actually feeling stuck. Everybody is in a lockdown. We are all feeling very restricted. But probably this period has the potential of setting a lot of people free. A lot of us have time to think. A lot of us have time to brainstorm, to be ourselves. And I think that being ourselves is going to help us do what is good for us, what we feel is best for us. So starting fresh, this week begins the process of starting afresh, starting some new things. And I'm kind of delighted with this kind of energy. And to kind of get more messages along these lines, I brought out 3 more cards. And what I see is that there will be a lot of logic and practicality that we all will require. So we would need to keep our head above the clouds, literally, as you can see in this picture, which means that we need to act from a place of logic and sensibility instead of emotions. So this is not the time to act emotionally. This is the time to plan out things well. This Queen of Swords card is showing us someone who's a strong thinker, someone who can cut through the noise of thoughts that can confuse you or confound you. And so this is how we can achieve our big idea, our next big idea, where we want to move our life. So, the tools this week are to keep your head above the clouds, to be practical, to be grounded, to feel, to think in a logical way and not be confused by people, situations, circumstances, or just your own thoughts. This is also the week of dropping our ego. King of Wands in the reverse position. This is the King of Wands, it's in the reverse position. This could be naysayers, people, sometimes elders of the house, people in power, just could be societal structures, could be a boss, could be people who are probably in power or those structures that we respect and say they are in our way. This week, our work is to look above and beyond those structures. Identify what are the thoughts, what are the people, what are the structures around us that are in our way or which are confusing us. Are they even useful? Outside of us, these could be, as I said, naysayers, people who don't support you, people who don't see the sense in what you are thinking. On the inside, this could be your ego. This could be your own self, the negative talk that we give to ourselves. And the logic and the practicality is needed against this kind of an internal or external energy. So people who said, oh, you can't do this, people who said, no, this is not a good idea, but you feel that you can do it, you should ignore them. And this is the time to look over the naysayers. And finally, this sequence ends with the death card. The death card is never about death, actually. To start something new, you need to end something. That is the cycle of life. That is the cycle of life. Birth and death, it's the cycle of life. And I think this card or this whole reading kind of is so tightly knit with the death and the starting fresh that there couldn't have been a stronger message from the universe about the process that we all need to undertake about dropping our inhibitions and going on to the next level. And so the death card, the overall energy is of, the death card is a major arcana card. It's numbered 13 and 13 number reduces to 4. 4 is also the number that in tarot denotes firm structures. And the death card is saying that you need to give up the ideas or the structures that you were stuck on. Like you have to make yourself unstuck. And it's also saying that if you keep on thinking about the past, the past doesn't look very pretty. If you are stuck in the past, then there's nothing very beautiful that you are getting. Because the sunrise is here, the future is here, and this is where you need to move. You need to move into the future. And you don't have to look back and walk. You can't look back and walk. Because whatever you had built in the past, even if you were very happy and stable and you didn't want to move from here, well, that's not something you can control. Change is here. Inevitable change is here. New responsibilities and new roles, they are here. Okay, I just disturbed the whole thing. Anyway, so New responsibilities and new roles are here for us to take on. New challenges are here and we cannot escape them. And we have no other way to look but to look ahead, to look forward. For some reason, this also gives me an insight into um, a message about some kind of betterment of the world this week. We are all, as a collective, we have spoken about it. We are going through a tough time. The entire world is. And it feels to me that the worst is behind us and that we are starting a process of recovery, and of leaving all this behind. This will become our past tomorrow, and this is going to be a difficult past. It's going to be a painful past, but we are moving away from this place this week. And I think this message makes sense at multiple levels, at the personal level and at the outside global level even. So I think there is a lot of comfort, hope, and strength in this reading. This is the week to accomplish something. This is the week to accomplish at least your own stability and your own clarity of mind, and getting the strength of moving forward in your own unique way, keeping your doubts aside and never looking back. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I hope that good things come to everyone this week. And with this prayer, I end my reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you liked my reading. See you next week.